I wanted to see what everyone has been up to for 2020. 2020 has been a different year, right? I remember when January came about and, everyone was really hyped about, 2020, it being a new decade for, and everything, because we was getting out of the teens, 18, 19, we were in the 20s. And so I remember everyone just being really, really, hyped about 2020. And so I wanted to come on today to talk about this fourth quarter of 2020 and where we are going. I just wanted to see what everyone was up to for 2020 so far, especially as we go until this last quarter. In the military, we're taught that quarters, the new year, start in October. So in the military, um, we're actually in the fiscal year of 2021. But in the civilian sector, right, because this group is life as a veteran, which means I no longer serve, um, this is the fourth quarter of this year. So we're going until December the 31st, right? The new year doesn't start until January in the civilian sector. But I wanted to know. I was just in a Facebook group or in a group that I'm in, where I have a mindset coach. And one of the things that our mindset coach had us working on was what is your power story? And she designs the power story to be around what are the affirmations that you need to give yourself on a daily basis so that you can go on with your day, know that you are enough, and be more than what just be yourself. Like, what things do you need to hear every day so that you are motivated, so that you are, you know moving forward, so that you are, just growing in who you are and understanding who you are. And so my power story was geared more around, me having the tenacity, me having the knowledge, the strength of everything that I need in order to be okay. Um, and just to give you guys a little backstory with all this, um, when COVID first started, um, my business kind of took a pivot. I started doing more things that not necessarily was aligned with life as a veteran, but more things that were going to, my what I call my low hanging fruit. To make a couple of extra dollars to do things because I had spent so much money in my business, and so because I had spent so much money in my business and doing what I'm doing as a coach for veterans, I felt that I wasn't getting the return on investment that I needed. And so I'm still doing those things, but I decided to take a long, hard look at the way in which I was running this business. And I was trying to put myself in a position where I was trying to make my business look like something that it wasn't, because I thought that these were the things that I was supposed to have been doing. And as I was doing those things, I realized that I was losing sight of what is my power story, which is up in there, or what is my superpower. And for me, and again, my coach is talking about your power story. And for me, I'm asking you guys about your superpower. And just a couple of weeks ago, I remember being on a call with some friends of mine. And someone asked me, they said, Sheka, what is your superpower? And when they asked me that question, I just started crying. I mean, right there, I started crying. And I had to come to understand, Sheka, what was it that made me cry when I was asked what was my superpower? And I think that for me, the thing that made me emotional was I was doing some things in my business that was not aligning with my purpose or my superpower, which is helping veterans, right? And, there are a lot of things that I could do. I have a couple of fancy degrees, I have, certifications, things like that. But this is where my superpower lies. Why? Because I know that I can help my fellow veterans and things that they are constantly faced with as challenges. Um, every day I strive to be a little bit better than I was the day before. And every day also, I'm reminded that I'm no longer in the military. The reason why I have to constantly remind myself is because it's not something that you just stop doing one day. You don't just wake up the day after you retire, or the day you transition out the military, and start living your life in this civilian world where you don't think about some of the skills, some of the tools, some of the things that you've done in the military, and they carry over with you every day, right? So I have to constantly remind myself of that. Okay. So, and I can tell you from a personal perspective, there are times when those things hinder me, because I always feel that I have to do things a certain way. I have to know all the answers to something that I'm doing before I do it. And it's because I've been trained that way. It's because I've been trained in a way where, um, if I go into a meeting and I'm asked the question, I need to be able to be prepared to answer whatever question that's asked of me. So I train myself in a way where, I'm thinking about what they could ask me, what they might ask me, what I know they're going to ask me. And so I find myself doing that here in my civilian world as well, trying to figure out everything that I need to do beforehand. And all that did was hinder me. All that did was stop my growth. All that did was stop me from progressing further in my business, from doing the things I wanted to do, because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to be ridiculed. I didn't want people to say, well, that's not right. Right. I didn't want people to, just do whatever. So because of it, I hindered myself. So I know that being here in COVID, right, it has really, really helped me in a lot of ways. And as tragic as it may be, and as unsettling as it may be, because we are still in this pandemic, people are losing their lives every day. Loved ones are losing family members, everything. People are really, like me personally, even me, I don't do too much because of it. But it has taught me to look inward of myself and understand who I am, what I'm doing, and what my goals are. And so moving forward in this fourth quarter of 2020, that's what I'm doing, right? Because it's never too late. It's never too late to redefine yourself. It's never too late to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. It's never too late to step out on faith and do the things that you need to do, and just say to hell with everything else, to hell with everybody's opinions, the hell with, judgment, the hell with everything, right? Just do it. So, what is your superpower? I ask you that. What is your superpower? And if you are not sure what your superpower is, all I ask you is just release it. Just don't think about it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't fear judgment of anybody. Just do it. Right? That's your superpower. And so I challenge anybody who's watching this video for this last quarter of 2020, figure out what your superpower is and just do it. And that's it. Don't worry about anything else. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't figure like you have to have all the answers to it. Don't figure like you have to have all of it figured out. Just do it. That's it. And whatever it is that you come up with, that's your superpower. And I want you to take the rest of this year and redefine that superpower. And as you move into the next month and the month after and then the new year, you go full force in your superpower. And don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anybody else around you. Kind of walk around like a horse does with the blinders on. Only see straight ahead, and that's it. Okay? That's what I challenge you with. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.